What's up, everybody? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. Happy Sunday to the family. Big shout outs to everybody that's here today. Uh, all right. All right, guys. What's up, African superstar family? Once again, it's Gina Ifoe, the one and only. I'm back at it again. Today, I want to talk about this topic, which is something that I definitely had to come to the conclusion as I was planning my transition to come here to Ghana, which is being on the ground is just invaluable. You know, if you're planning on doing anything here, it's just imperative that you start the process of getting on the ground. I think about what would be the reality if I would have delayed my transition until I was just completely fully ready or felt that I was more ready, because I had to alter my original plan. And, there are other people that are having to go back and forth. I'm having to go back and forth currently, um, just to make sure that we're situated here. But being on the ground is just invaluable because you begin to fortify the relationships on the continent. You begin to familiarize yourself with the environment. You begin to learn the language and know your way around and all that stuff that helps you navigate everyday life. And so I want to talk about, I'm happy that I'm on the ground. These 2 years so far um have been like so enriching. And I definitely feel that I've gotten more in tune with Ghana. I've definitely made so many valuable relationships here on the continent, you know, link ups, friends, dating, all kind of stuff, professional. You guys know I'm doing my music. So I'm creating those relationships. I happen to be at a Kazumba class with my girlfriend a couple weeks ago when the DJ said, "Hey, I saw on your Instagram you were working on your latest music video. Let me hear your music." And I played my music for him. He said, "You know what? Come and perform on Wednesday night. I'll be at this place. Blah blah blah." You know, and these are the kind of things that happen when you're on the ground that you really just cannot quantify. And I know some of you guys, it's a natural inclination, especially if you're a planner, you're a strategic person, you're a responsible person. You want to put all your ducks in a row. But I just got to tell you, there's not going to be any time where everything is in sync. And I don't know about you, but every time I try to make a movement, like a serious movement, the obstacles come in abundance to try to prevent that. So there's never going to be a time where it's just like none of that stuff is happening. You have to be ambitious enough to make the leap. You know, Even though I had for in my case a lot of unforeseen stuff happened last year. Okay? A lot of unforeseen things happened and I had to adjust my game plan. I still think being on the ground and making regular trips to the continent, if you're not yet living here or whatever, is very, very important. You know, we've just started a new year. Some of you guys have been talking Africa since, you know, been pimping. You've been talking Africa for years, maybe even as long as you've been watching me or watching other YouTubers. You've seen people, come behind you and go past you in regards to this because you're waiting for this, you're waiting for that, or you had this kind of setback. You may not be ready to initiate the full move, but I do recommend regularly visiting the continent. Big shout outs. What's up, guys? Yes, it's me, the one and only African superstar. What's up, Ultra Instinct? You're the first in the chat. Guys, if you are here, please make sure that you leave me something and I'll be able to greet you. So that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about, being here on the ground, getting the process started. Getting the process started is very important, guys. And you can't get it started until you get it started. I can't imagine coming in 2022, like everything that's gone on since 2020. Basically, I mean, my first trip to Ghana was in 2016. So I can't imagine, all those years and all those interactions and all those friends and all those, events and everything since 2016 up to 22 that I missed. And then I was just coming here for the very first time like this year. No, at least you can get the process started. It is so important. Ultra Instinct is showing mad love. Big shout outs to you. Thank you. Yes, that's what I came here to do. Unfortunately, a lot of our Ghanaian brothers and sisters are not promoting the continent for some reason. So there's a niche market for me there. you know, um, you know. So I've come to promote the continent, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I promote you guys to be creative. I talk about it all the time. There's not one strategic way to make things happen for you. I've seen a lot of diasporians getting creative with ways of how to make it work. Some people are working remotely in America. Some people are going back and forth. Some people are, maybe doing a bi-coastal thing. Whatever you got to do. I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine just the other day, and she said, it's very obvious that we love the continent because we're willing to pay the associated costs just to get our freedom. We're willing to go those lengths to make it happen. And it's so true. Everybody's not prepared, but I can tell you as someone who's gone through the process, getting here to the continent starts the process. Some of you guys ask redundant questions. Well, how much does it cost for me to, how much would you recommend? And, what kind of business? These are the kind of things that you need to get out here and determine for yourself. Because, hey, what one person is into, you might not be into. What one person identifies as an opportunity may not be your thing. How one person is living is not the way that you're living. I live, for instance, in East Legon. Some people live in Kumasi. Some people live out in the Volta region. Some people live in Tamale. You're talking about different ways of life, different costs of living, different needs, different things, availability of certain things. So your lifestyle, I can't really determine that. That's why it's important to start this process. So for those of you guys that have been doing a lot of lip talking about coming here to the continent or whatever, if you're really, really serious, then you should be moving into implementing your game plan, period. And for those of you that are my meticulous planners, my SMP champions, that are like, yeah, I'm mapping it out and I'm getting it popping and all that. I understand, but you need to start the process, okay? Start the process. Be in motion. I'll give you guys this example and I'll be wrapping up. Big shout outs to the family. If you're here, if you want to be greeted, leave me something in the chat room. This is just a brief live stream. I was sitting here thinking about it today. I was thinking about, like I said, the last 2 years. It's just been a roller coaster for me, but I wouldn't trade. And I'm so happy that I began the process of creating my life here on the continent. It actually gives me so much more motivation when I have to re-innovate and recreate stuff, because the goal is to manifest the life on the continent. Big shout out to GK members only. I see you there with the circle. Currently, guys, on the community tab, I have a members only preview. I shared the behind the scenes of my Ghana is Good for Me music video. So those are the kind of videos that members only are getting access to. We have a playlist of a lot of behind the scenes and things like that. So if you're interested in members only, please do subscribe. There's a link below, and you can also get behind the scenes. So big shout out to our members only. They're designated by the circle next to their name. Love and Nigel, what's up? It's been a minute. Happy New Year. I don't think I've seen you yet this year. Happy New Year. Fitzroy is in the building. Indeed. Quality of life. So I talk about, for instance, 2020. Okay, so let's all go back in our Rolodex to 2020. It's very important that you are in motion toward your goals. It's just so important. You know, it's important that you're maximizing your time. It's important that you're being strategic in the things that you do, because you just never know when the opportunity is going to present itself. Now, 2020, I had certainly slated to relocate to the continent. It was something that I planned in 2018. I gave myself, basically 2 years to get ready to go. Now, Corona came, disrupted everybody's plans, borders were shut and everything when I had originally planned on leaving. I also lost my job earlier that year. So that was also, a potential challenge and things like that. However, during the lockdown, I took that time. A lot of you guys remember our 6-month challenge that we did in 2020, our fitness challenge, that we were going to take a concerted effort of our energy and our resources, and we were going to, put it into our game plan. My personal 6-month, challenge was to grow business at theafricansuperstar.com, which I did. Also grow my YouTube base, which I did. Also maintain daily fitness during the lockdown, which I did. I remember Ajike was also on the fitness. She did the fitness with me in 2020. The point is that staying in perpetual motion is so valuable. When eventually the borders opened up in September, those of us that were in process, as far as heading to the continent, me, Sister Ya, my girlfriend Tawo, all of us, we bounced out. Lady Visionary, everybody, we were preparing ourselves. And when that opportunity came, we took it. Come to the continent if this is a future direction for you. And begin the process, begin the brainstorming of how exactly you're going to bring your dream into reality. Big shout outs to Dr. Sherry. I see you there. Because that's how you do it. I could never envision doing all the things that I'm doing here on the continent pre-being in the continent. Like being here in the continent, for instance, compelled me to do music. I never had an interest in doing music in the West ever in my life, ever. That's something that cultivated being here. Also, those of you that are looking for business opportunities, you can listen to all the YouTube videos you want in regards to different things that maybe might work. But once you get here on the ground and you start experiencing, oh, there's this need, there's that problem, maybe this could be, refined. Maybe I could create some kind of, business or response to this problem. Those are the things that's going to happen here on the continent. And the most invaluable, resource is the relationships you're going to make here on the continent. I was speaking to my friend the other day, and we were having a conversation about this, and we were talking about how it's remarkable to be here on the continent, because we actually have the benefit of the doubt of reconnecting with other like-minded individuals. A lot of my friends are international, obviously, here on the continent. I have, Monica, who relocated from New Jersey. I have Stacy, who relocated from New York. I have a very close friend that relocated from the UK. There's Ayana from DC. She comes and goes. Their sister Ya. All these people that it's highly unlikely I would have ever connected with them in America or the UK. But because we are of the same mentality in regards to we've moved to the continent, we took that step. That is just unbelievable. Then I have my Ghanaian girlfriends, my Ghanaian guy friends. It's just amazing. Listen here, Ajika. I can't wait to see you either. I cannot wait to see you here on the continent. I've seen a lot of our viewers, start taking trips to the continent. Some have moved. Some have even gotten married. We have viewers that have gotten married through their journey to the continent and all that stuff. It's about being here. It's about being here. And I just want to offer, encouragement as usual that, sometimes the process it might be unusual, it might even be frustrating. You take some L's, you get some disappointments, you get some setbacks, and you're just like, man, I'm just trying to live my life on a continent. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to do blah, blah, blah. Don't lose heart in what you're doing. Okay? This is pioneering. This is, as my girlfriend, Sister Ya says, this is chess. It's not checkers. If you guys, okay, those of you viewing me, do you guys know chess and checkers? Let me see a number one. Those are board games. Okay? I can't assume anything. So I don't know everybody knows. But if you are familiar with the board games chess and the board games checkers, let me see a number one. Please. Let's get some crowd participation in the building. Thank you, Dr. Sherry, for the compliment. I'm trying to do it big. Ghana is good for me. My latest music video is coming momentarily. More than likely, it'll be premiered next week. We should have the final edit back, and it's going to premiere here on the channel. And I can't wait. It's an amazing video. It's amazing. I mean, when I actually watch it, I kind of get chills a little bit. Seeing myself like that, something that was just a concept, not even a year ago, is now reality. And the African Superstar family has uplifted me to help make that a reality. I really appreciate all the support the channel has been giving. A lot of you guys donated towards my phone. I'm still in process of sorting that out. And others of you have donated specifically for our music project. And I'm glad to show you guys where your funds are going. I'm not playing around. I put 100% into every line that I drop. That's just that. So the first trivia question was people that are familiar with chess and checkers. So we have several of you guys that know it. One would say that chess is a much more complicated board game than checkers. Checkers is really, really simple. There's not a lot of logic to it. I put my pieces here, you put your pieces there. I jump you to get to your king and queen line. You jump me to get to my king and queen line. And that's that. Chess, different players move different directions. They have different power, all this kind of stuff. We're in a situation right now where this is chess. Okay, moving to the continent, navigating 2022, navigating all these challenges. This is chess, guys. Okay, anticipate the things that go along with this movement and persist and stand against your obstacles. Face them, solve them, overcome them. When the setbacks come, say, no, that's not going to be the end of my story. That's not going to take me out. Okay, I got to go back to the drawing board. Okay. You know, the beauty is that when you achieve things, nobody knows all the things that you had to put in to do it. All they see is the achievement. So that means if you were able to achieve something in 10 years or you were able to achieve it in 1 year, it kind of goes in the same box. And there are people that talk. They talk for years and years and they don't do anything. At the end of the road, no, they're just so irrelevant because whatever they've talked about, they didn't actually implement it into real life. I can tell you, as someone who has done it, someone who is living the reality, getting here on the continent is invaluable, like I stated before. And even with the ups and downs, I still just think that it was just so important for me to begin the transition of acclimating myself to Ghana, creating relationships here, being here, all of that, you know, experiencing the weather, experiencing some of the hardships, the seasons. I just spent another Christmas here, went through Harmonton a few years now, these kind of things. So, that's the message I came to bring you guys today. Be resilient in your quests. I see on Facebook there's some people, they're kind of frustrated or kind of like a little homesick, that they're going through some ups and downs. Be persistent, guys. I'm willing to assume that if you have made this transition, it was very serious for you to do something like that. People don't casually say, yeah, I'm moving to Africa tomorrow. It's not something that people do. It's something that's not, it's getting more common, but it's not something that historically has been common, which means that there was a resonating reason that you came to this consensus in the first place. So don't lose sight of that when you actually get here on the continent and you got to do whatever you got to do. Be ready to do what you got to do to make it happen. So big shout out to the African Superstar family. I mean, damn, we got about 5 or 6 of you in the chat room, and we got about 20 spectators. Hello, can we get the likes up? I mean, I know y'all want to watch me. I am a superstar, but I'm not a mega yet. Big shout out. Six Lion says never give up. Dr. Sherry's got to go, but hey, keep up the good work. Stay in the game, guys. Stay engaged. Keep your head in the game. The outcome of you is nobody else's determinant except your own. You decide. You decide if you're going to have a success story or not. You decide that. Okay? And let it be said, because sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to. I understand that. Trust me. But let it be said that you exerted maximum effort to get the job done and do your part. Seriously. Let it be said. You know what? GK was on it. Dr. Sherry was on it. African Superstar was relentless. Love and Niger, she made it happen. Because guys, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap up. At the end of the day, we are an inspiration to people around the world. You may not realize, that many people are watching you. They're watching you. They're clocking you. Now, obviously, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a musician. I'm a CEO. I'm all that stuff. They definitely watch me. I'm in a space to be watched. But average everyday people are also being watched by their peers. And the reason why, guys, is we are a semblance of hope. Yes, we are a semblance of hope to a lot of people. The circumstances that many of our peers are facing in the West are hopeless circumstances. Racism, police brutality, cold weather, failed love lives, all kind of these things. health problems, appearance problems, low self-esteem. People are in a space sometimes that they are hopeless. And when they actually see one of their counterparts choose a different path and be successful, that is hope. That is hope. You know, I know that many of my viewers, they're like me in the regards that they don't like the situation in the West. You know, and they really just couldn't figure out what path to take or what direction to go and all that. Well, those of us that are showing and illuminating this path are helping our peers because our peers are watching us and we provide hope to our peers. So stay strong, guys. 2022, it's even gotten off to a very challenging start for me and many of you and many others. But stay in the game, stay engaged. You know, I had a conversation with myself last night and I said, Gina, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You guys don't know how leaders, you know, we worry about a lot of stuff. We think about a lot of stuff. We try to strategize. You know, we go through a lot on a day-to-day basis. And last night, I took a deep breath and I said, you know what? It's going to be okay. Whatever happens, it's going to be okay. You know, it's going to be okay. Second trivia question. How many of you guys have had emergencies in the past? Okay, let me see a number 2. Let's get some crowd participation. We got over 20 of you guys in here. Let's see you in the chat room. Don't be a spectator, or I'll start turning on those subscriber-only chats again. How many of you guys have had an emergency before? Let me see a number 2. Big shout outs to God and me. Big shout outs to my members only. That's why I love them. See, they be on it. Ajike, I ask a question, she puts an answer. Big shout outs to you, sweetheart. Now, when you had that emergency in the past, that, excuse my language, that shit was real. That it was, you were worried. You were like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This is a big problem. You know, how am I going to get over it? I'm here to remind you that you got past that because we're now in 2022. Now we got some new problems. We got 2022 problems. But them 2021 problems, the 2020 problems, the 2001, 2011, all those problems, we have gotten past them. We are beyond them. And what that means is, guys, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. What is going to be is going to be. And the most finite consequence is death. And then that's over. So right now, do your best. You know, do your best. Give a valiant effort. Be sincere. Be serious. Implement your dreams. But always know in the back of your mind that it's going to be okay. Whatever outcome. Maybe you get the girl, maybe you don't get the girl. Maybe you get the guy, you don't get the guy. Maybe you build your dream home, maybe you don't. Maybe your business blows up, maybe it doesn't. Maybe become a big, huge music star, maybe you won't. But it's going to be okay. So big shout out to the family. Guys, I'm wrapping up now. So thank you for everybody who tuned in. I hope you guys hit the likes. I see we're going to have to get back to the old school way of doing things with the likes and the subscriber only chat because our family is not on code. Okay, I seen about a good 10 of y'all in this chat and we got a good 20 something watching. So we're going to have to get back to the old things. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I'm ready. I'm always ready. I stay ready. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. And I also, again, I just want to give a special thanks out to the family, for the tremendous support that you have shown throughout the last, I'd say, 6 months. You know what I mean? Between the music project and the cell phone incident, you guys have been remarkable in responding and helping look after your African superstar. Big shout out to the African superstar family here in Ghana. Those of you guys that are showing up and coming around and supporting and coming to my performances and coming to my video shoots and sending your well wishes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I feel like it's a gift for all the drama that this platform gives me. I have been blessed with some remarkable relationships through this channel, through this platform. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys personally. I deeply appreciate it. I will continue to make you proud. I will continue to be a strong voice in our community, for the rest of my life. And I'm going to drive at 2022. I'm going to drive. I have some goals, goals related to our channel, related to the music project. I will accomplish those things. So for those of you that are African superstar music lovers, stay tuned. Currently, Ghana is Good For Me and Ghana Roll Call. They are available for download streaming on all the sites. So you can type in The African Superstar, Ghana Roll Call, Ghana is Good For Me. You can actually download those tracks. And, I know I listen to them at the gym and they really, really get me hype, especially Ghana is Good For Me. I know a lot of you guys love it, and the music video is coming momentarily. I've already released kind of the teaser. You guys are going to follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, so that you guys can be updated. But yeah, we're going to world premiere it right here on YouTube, likely next Sunday. Okay, but I will post in the community tab when I have the official copy back and it is set, and we're going to world premiere it and we're going to enjoy the video. I'm very proud to share with you guys my work, my music, wrote the song myself, came up with the concept of the video myself. Obviously my videographer is so instrumental in bringing my vision to life. Big shout outs to ONAP Studios. He is just amazing. We've worked together on several occasions, and going forward, he is my go-to guy here in Ghana. Big shout outs to my makeup artist, Great MUA. Big shout outs to, again, the African Superstar family. All right, guys. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.